put the pedal to the metal, so to speak, and get the aircraft over water before they eject it. It is incredibly telling that these pilots, these gifted and talented pilots from Oceana, were not able to get that jet away from the population area. Here at Bird Neck, we're only probably a quarter mile or more to the Atlantic Ocean, and a lot of times when an aircraft is in trouble in these patterns, they can in some cases just put that plane into essentially overdrive, try to get it as far away from the property areas as possible and into the water and eject from there. The fact that they've ejected and landed in the ocean just tells you right away that there was nothing they could do to recover this jet. Come on back here, man. We got more equipment coming in. This is the Virginia Beach's new mobile command unit here. This is something they bring out for the most significant incidents anywhere here, and this is something that you rarely see coming out to this level. We got fire department command units, the Virginia Beach's brand new mobile command center, more fire trucks and more police cars than I've seen in an incident in quite some time. And literally hundreds and hundreds of people behind us here are just, they live here, they work here, they walk around here, have seen the aftermath here of the air crash. We do have several witness reports who saw it go down here. We've, I think we've been able to, Ruben's been able to send you back some of that information. That's what's going on right now, guys. I want to make sure that I'm not taking up too much of your time. If you have any questions
I probably would be too if I weren't concerned about breathing in the smoke.
I can answer for you right now, but it is all incredibly fluid. In fact, not only have you see every rank of officer, that's Detective Brian Siebold in the white shirt coming out. He's a homicide detective, so clearly anybody who is available to work is coming out here. That is Ben Gantz. He's been here for quite some time. Almost everybody in any capacity is out here working, no matter what their roles. They are out here to assist today.
Mike, you touched on something about just how skilled these pilots are and how they try everything in their power to avoid something like an apartment complex. It kind of goes along to what a viewer called in and said to us earlier, George Pilkington, who was about 100 yards from this whole scene when the jet started leaking fuel. He told us, Mike, the jet leaked fuel onto his truck. He witnessed the jet crash into the apartment right there. And he said when he was watching at the time, the pilot tried to have the nose of the plane pointed up, but it still came down.
Well, the thing about these jets is they're just magnificent pieces of machinery. They're supersonic jets. These are the jets that you see flying overhead all the time. You really don't even see what they can do here over our skies here. They're just generally, you see them in the patterns taking off and landing. These are supersonic attack jets. But the trick to these jets is they have virtually no ability to glide. Their wings are built for enormous speed, not built to glide. And when these jets lose power, or when they lose hydraulic control and lose control of the air surfaces, that jet is coming down. There is just no doubt about that. There is not a way for these jets to do much of anything when they are without power. They are very heavy. They do not have a lot of lift on their wings here. Those jets are built to travel very fast with a lot of power behind them. And when they lose power, or they're leaking fuel and running out of fuel, or they have some hydraulic issues, there's not much they can do. These jets will just come out of the sky. And that's the difficulty here. You sometimes you see in the movies or see in television where a stricken airplane can glide for quite some time and pilots can put it down. And that certainly can happen with airplanes that have these special wings, or just even wings that are just built to fly better than these are. These are just built for speed. And guys, once they lose that power, there is nowhere for those jets to go and sit down.
Mike, we're getting word from Centera Hospital that at least 2 people have been rushed there to the emergency room. One being one of the pilots on that F-18, the other is someone on the ground suffering smoke inhalation. But I know you've told us
it's like right across the road. I was talking to my brother and I heard a big poof. And I'm like, what was that? And then Jefferson could hear the window shaking out here. And then I saw people kind of running.
So he can't hear us. So Mike, what can you tell us about any sort of patients on the scene?
It's like right across the road. It's It's insane. I said, talk about an eventful pregnancy. Holy
As we were
mackerel.
arriving here, we were walking past the apartment.
Yeah, we had to come in because the smoke's getting really bad, so we came in and just closed all the windows up. So, but everyone's.
By rescue workers, but they were several hundred yards away from the crash.
It was a military Oceana. It's a FA-18 jet. 2 pilots. They evacuated. They got out. They got themselves out, and they're at a nearby. I said ejaculate. It's not the correct word. Jefferson's making fun of me. Yeah, it said they're at a nearby hospital. So, but it crashed into an apartment building, and they're not sure. It's still unconfirmed with what's inside, who's inside, how many people may be injured or dead inside. So, but it did crash into the top of an apartment building. It caught fire first. It was letting out some fuel, I think, first, and then the pilots. Yeah, and the pilots ejected themselves. It said that it looked like the nose. They tried to point it up, but with those type of jets, they just don't do that. It went right down anyway, right into an apartment.
Into a burning structure with that much damage, and they want to get a handle on the flames first and see.
That's what I told Jeff. Yeah.
Before they go in and start doing a search.
Ian called too. Thank you for calling.
They're essentially doing the best they can with the smoke and to get in there. And there sometimes the firefighters will literally be on their hands and knees crawling around in circles, feeling
Thanks so much, Dad.
into the closets to see who they can find. A lot of times, especially
that was Deb and Ginny. She said we just got out of a meeting. We were both together, and we both were like, "Oh my God, is Jody okay? I knew you lived right there."
We'll get in as quickly
I'm like, talk about an eventful pregnancy.
To crawl the entire floor plan of an apartment to try to find anybody who has survived and is in need of help there. And then once they get that primary search, they can go back in for a secondary search. And as they get a little better handle on the structural stability and getting some of that smoke evacuated, then they can get in and do a better assessment.
If we can get out of here.
Basically, you can think about it as like a triage.
They call us to work, they might block us. We probably can't even get out of here.
Then they can go back and do a secondary search. That primary search is what I'm going to believe is underway right now. If they are able to make sure that all that fuel, all that toxic fuel is out, and the building itself is safe enough for their firefighters to get in there. You see, they're starting to bring in crews right now. Now those are air tanks that they are carrying, and I've worn those before on firefighter drills, and I can tell you that the trick with these firefighters is they are so well trained and they are so adept to this. They will get into this situation and breathe normally like they're having a conversation. That lets them prolong the amount of time on those air tanks. When I did a drill with them, it was actually they just put smoke into a building, and I crawled in with them with an air tank. It was such a claustrophobic feeling. I was literally just breathing in and out like I was almost gasping. My air tank ran out just in a matter of minutes. The firefighters with me just continued to do their drill. They will put those air tanks on, but they have a bell on those air tanks. They have a bell that will warn them, or it will warn them very loudly when their air tank is about to come out. So what they'll have to do is come out, another crew will go in, and they will start recycling these crews through, replacing the crews over and over until they can get into that every nook of that building to make sure that there is nobody that can be saved in there. And here we have a third stretcher going in. This is just from the area where we are. There are other fire trucks around the backside. There are fire trucks in the apartment complex. So there are more stretchers here than I've ever seen in any kind of incident like this.
And Mike, you mentioned other staging areas. We're going to leave your live picture for a second as we go to the other side. And we can see a closer look at one of the buildings that apparently was hit. Just the holes blown out there. The smoke.
That doesn't even look like the same building, does it?
White smoke still oozing from
you're
that
thinking the one on the corner road?
Just to recap for people who are just now tuning in, 11:11 the time right now. Normally we'd be in Young and the Restless, but we are staying on top of breaking news in Virginia Beach off Bird Neck Road. 264 in that area. An FA-18 jet crashed into apartments over there at Mayfair Muse Apartments. That is right there near the Virginia Beach oceanfront area.
Yeah, it's right off of, Okay, and actually you're looking now, this is a crash zone map, number 48. That is the region where this happened, right between, say, Laskin Road and the interstate near the Bird Neck area, just a couple blocks on the other side of the freeway from the Virginia Beach Convention Center. That is the crash zone map around Oceana. You can see a number of very populated neighborhoods. I'm not sure if we can go to live Viper radar, but weather computer, I'm sorry. If we can pull up the weather computer, Miles Henderson has a more detailed map and a look at the actual crash site there. There it is. Pulled actually weather computer. I'm sorry. I know that's a no-no, but weather computer if you can. There we go.
Thanks, Miles.
With that red dot right there. So just south of where that red dot is, that's where the interstate meets the convention center. So we're talking just a couple of blocks away, just south of the Cavalier Yacht and Country Club, and really less than 10 blocks from the ocean front.
Yeah, just an incredible scene, incredible images coming in. Once again, we do thank our viewers who've been posting the pictures and keeping us updated on the Facebook page as well. And Brian, you just gave me an update.